Ben, you say military state, and I say, boy, remember when fucking Chinese takeout used to accept food stamps when the food stamps were dollar bills? Like, yeah, I remember in the Bronx, Manhattan, Mannix. Big up to Tom Beller. Um, yo, they used to accept the food, the stacks, man. The people would get paid, and just reminds me of not eating any MSG, not being able to eat anything hot. Gosh. But you say military state, and I say competition. Because now, yo, like this dude, like my sister baby, a brother fucker, she might be a fucking lesbian, but she might be a rapist and a drug dealer. She might be completely fucking insane, okay? She might be irrecognizable today to me. I don't know, but I remember one time my mom's had like some family over, and this fucking gay guy. I mean, we're kids, and my living room is decked out. My living room is the walls are gold, printed in Italian wallpaper, like it's like silky. I got Italian fucking, and I have this glass um table, in the middle it has like it's that hard African wood, but it's painted in gold. And then the middle is glass, so you can see right through it. But then I had my vases, classic Italian vases, and we have like I don't like they're older than me, right? So this guy comes in, and I'm a kid. My sister's a kid, and the guy is a kid. But like my mom and the lady, her mother, goes they talk in the kitchen, and the boy like I'm in the living room, and they come in. My sister all of a sudden comes to his on the boy side, and she I don't know if she grabbed his dick or something, or pulled on his zipper or something. She was always very sexually aggressive. She's a Scorpio. Apparently, the guy nació gay, nació de papa. And she's like, hey, boy. She's a little older. She's a little taller. She's older than me, but taller than him. And this kid starts, he's like, yo, say that, papa. These niggas start fighting, punching each other. I was like, what the fuck is this? These niggas are gonna ruin my furniture. And my mom was like, yo, don't break this shit, This shit is expensive. This is nice shit. Don't just be breaking shit. So they start fighting, and they're hitting against they tumble into the living room, and I'm like, oh my god, the vases, the glass table. Because if she had the strength to pick him up, man, she would have tossed this nigga like WW, honey whole wheat. And so they're fighting in there, and I'm just like, oh my god! So I put myself in the like I throw my arms out like a hazard tape right around the table, and like they go up against the seat and the posh fucking fox seat, and then they jump in like they go past the radio, the TV, the fucking garden. And then I'm like, yo, my sister's like, yo, you're not gonna get in this shit. I was like, nigga, mama told you not to break nothing, man. I'm just making sure. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But you not breaking this fucking furniture, fighting you fucking horny like lesbians. So, so they end up fighting against the window pane. And I do remember that was before The double plated windows um kept in the heat. So it was just like frames with one glass. Gosh, I mean, 7 years old, must be like 85, something like that. And 1985 windows in the Bronx. And he looked at me. He looked at me. He's like punching her and punching her. He's little, but he looks like he fucking works out like a motherfucker. And I was like, this is bullshit. Who the fuck is this? And this nigga who used to have a restraining order on me, his girl used to have a restraining order on me because they wanted to fuck. They wanted to have oral sex against my gate. So this nigga today, I was walking home, and he's like rushing towards me, and I'm like, why is this fucking fucker rushing down this, hastening? Don't get me my words twisted. Hastening down the hill towards me, and I'm like, this is this bullshit, you know. And I was like, this is fucking stink ass. This reminds me of this motherfucker, you know, like, because the thing is that he wanted to fuck my brothers. Okay, and my sister was like, well, you gonna fuck me? You what? Oh my god. And I'm like always oblivious. I'm an oblivious bitch, man. Unless you make that shit completely obvious to me. I'm fucking oblivious. I don't have time for the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not interested, you know. I like high quality shit, not fucking, you know, cheap shit. So so as he's walking by, I'm like, oh my god, I already got fucking problems. If these niggas lock me up for being a vocero, you know, um, for reminding people that they owe me money, like, hey, you owe me money, nigga. Like, I don't get in your face. I don't go knock on your door. I don't, but I will. I have to tell you, hey. And apparently, I try to stick to a rule. I could rock on you for 6 months because the government will rock on you for 6 months. All right. So if you owe me money, you owe me more that money, and I don't have to let go of that fucking bolsero for 6 whole months. So I had a problem in Santa Isabel, right, with that. So the medicine lady, she wanted me on medicine, and like my problem is like, it's not mental. My problem is physical. And she tried to get me on some medication, and she don't understand, like, that's medical rape. You can't force a judge. You can't. Judges can't just be giving out fucking medication. That's why doctors go to jail for over medicating the populace. I'm getting off the term. So anyway, I'm very conscious about how I do my vocero because it's very important to me because I deal with law and navigating the criminal justice system as a psychiatrist that doesn't do phlebotomy. And it's integral, being that we in Puerto Rico, this island nation, is owned primarily by the Roman Catholic Church, whose virgin, after her son was crucified, took off to Turkey. And when I was little, they used to call me Turkey. And so I'm thinking about Muslims, right? And then there's like, so the guy is shooting down this, like he sees me, and he insists I see him, right? He's got like this bleached top right now, and I'm like, why the fuck is he being so aggressive? He sees me like crossing the street, coming over. Why is he being so fucking aggressive, right? So I'm like, look at this fucking steak. You smell that? It stinks. And there's fucking cuties all over the place. Man, this shit out here right now is hard to try, my nigga. I'm like, oh my god. It's such a fucking beautiful sight. Yo, rocket, just a bunch of cute boys in uniform. For a girl like me, this shit is like heaven, man. Right now, this shit is heaven. Fuck these drug dealing wannabe gold diggers. And fucking bus. That Fucking, it says something like, Diome Fortaleza said, that's my fucking bus. Yo, that, they were like, blah, blah, blah. We need more. We need more of you. And I was like, well, um, put a God sign across the graffiti that shit, in God we trust. It's all about the dollar bill, right? So they have that. So when I seen it, I was like, oh my God, look at my bus. 25 years ago, I labeled that bus. Like, I always recognize my shit. Um, like Strunk and White. That book, Strunk and White, is grammar book. Number one, it's a must read in the Ivy League. And I was like, woe is she, woe is I. And that's my version of Strunk and White. And woe is I, like American um, Sign Language Webster's Dictionary, that was me. It's a lot of shit that um, I don't get paid for, but at the end of the day, um, that's mine. And nobody can say that that's theirs. Okay, like Google, that's mine. Yahoo, that's mine. Okay, what was why Yahoo? Why do they good it? Why do they call it that? That's my shit. That's my brainchild. So anyway, he's hastening, and I'm like, wow, it stink. It just smells like stink. It smells like fucking beans out here, dog. And you know what's the worst smell in the world, man? These niggas over here, my neighbors, they stealing my light. Like, I live without light and water because the neighbors, they're stealing my, like, I pay for their shit, so I don't have it here. It's their shit. They're using it. That's why I can't let niggas park right in front of my house because you're already fucking taking enough. You know what I mean? And, um, and every time I get the opportunity, I take that shit to court, but they take me to court. But they don't understand. Hey, take me to fucking court, nigga. I know you supposed to take me to court, because it's ridiculous. And, in Ivy, I learned, when you going to court, when that motherfucking takes you to court, that's because you fucking OG'd out, nigga. This is just like, the celos is crazy. But my dad was like, don't take nobody to court. So I don't take niggas to court. Niggas take me to court. Just like this Hill guy was running shit down. I was like, yo, what's that stink? That shit stinks like motherfucking beans without pork in it. Oh, that steak. You know what does your God, the basic instructions before leaving Earth, nigga. God hates very little things, but he's very specific about what he hates. And the first motherfucker that he hates after hating Perez in the middle of the book, I fucking hate the name Perez, nigga. Oh, what did he not fucking drop Abel? Was Abel fucking vegetables, nigga? So anyway, even God likes me. God knows you cannot go without bruises if you go without meat. Say what you want about pork, but pork is medicine, nigga. Um. So anyway, that's why I had commented on that, so he could back the fuck up off me because this nigga's in a gang that is insider trading type of thing. And I'm like, you fucking living off me, so get off my fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? I'll say what the fuck I want. I'm very nice and I'm very polite, but you will be fucking told what the fuck it is. This is the street. You know what? Because if they take me to the hospital, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna medical rape me, and then they're not even, what I'm gonna end up fucking eating. I'm gonna end up eating because I don't eat diuretics. So eventually, instead of starving me at the hospital, they're gonna have to fucking buy some good fucking meat, and that's when I'll eat. Because it's illegal to do this shit to me and any human being. But I'm willing to be an example because I'm built for this shit. Anyway, a military state comes upon us. And the problem with this nigga is that when you in a military state, nobody comes in and nobody get the fuck out until they find what the fuck they're looking for, be that what it may be. They were like, the COVID, the crown, whatever, crown 19. They were like, oh, didn't you even notice? I was like, no, I mean, when you're from a little town, you really don't know. I mean, I didn't notice a fucking thing. I don't watch TV. I don't know I don't know anything, about anybody. These niggas be like, I swear me, I don't fucking know you, dog. I don't know what the fuck I was saying hello. I'm in the practice of saying good day. But these motherfuckers, they really don't deserve it. And a lot of these people, like bipolar is for real. Like I was going to the court and this bitch was like, hey, hi. And I was like, who the fuck is this crazy bitch saluting me? And then she ended up going to court and telling the fucking sheriff in there that I'm stalking her and she got a fucking. I don't know this bitch. Like, I don't know her. Like, I was like, who the fuck is she fucking singling me out? I was like, who the fuck is this white girl that didn't even fucking blow out her hair? And she was just like real extra, real fucking extra. So, not syrupy. Not syrupy like a fucking nigga that'll knock on your door, say he's somebody else, and then beat you the fuck up, if you so happen to open that door. But, so I was saying, I seen this cow this morning before I ran into this fucking hill. And this bitch was like, I was like, what the fuck? So I flagged up on her and I was like, beat it, bitch. Because she was like making fun of me because I was saying hello to the cow. And I always say hello to the fucking cows. I always say hello to the horses. I always say hello to the birds, Those are my fucking friends. I respect them, because they're fighting for their lives. They're being processed over here. They're like put to death here, So I try to be nice to them because I don't want to be attacked by an animal. When I'm going towards Maya West and that road is shut off and it's only for locals and that fucking bull is there with his horns and I'm riding out, nigga, I don't want that bull to hurt me. Okay, so I make sure he knows me and I make sure I bow my fucking head and I tell him, you a pretty fucking cow, dog. You looking good today. And so this cow was like looking good. But the bitch was not. And so I did my thing today. I still have like 10 days before I could really pick up my machete. Because I really don't want to break off my torso. And I know I have brittle bones. So I'm almost there. I got 3 meetings in, one more meeting, and I could probably start with like doing my explosive impact stuff without worrying that of the re-injury, because the worst thing you want to do is re-injure an injury when you think you're okay because the hideous pain has gone away, but it's not. It's just the pain's gone away, but you're not quite finished healing. So anyway, he has the restaurant that's a vegan restaurant, and they'll pretend like that shit is meat. Like I ordered a burger and they sent me fucking mushrooms. I was getting a tattoo and I was like irked because I didn't realize that it was like they don't have any meat options. I didn't realize that. So she was like, yeah, it's really good meat, and this shit is like a mushroom. And God, God, that's the first nigga God killed was a motherfucking vegan nigga. Anyway, so I was thinking to compete in a military state, with the vegan, you you know that old cartoon where he's he's like, the dog is like, gravy, gravy. He's always stealing the gravy. He's always stealing the gravy. And then somebody ties him up to the slab, and they force feed him gravy, and he's like, no more gravy, no more gravy. So anyway, it's kind of like that. You have so if you want to compete with like a restaurant as a food truck, what I understand that you ought to do is because everybody likes a pincho, they're very fucking expensive, and a motherfucker don't want to pay $30 for a fucking piece of bread and a fucking piece of parsley and a fucking mushroom, my nigga. Like this is like you don't see that. Like not even elite fucking nationals wanna pay to excess for fresh baked bread. Like no matter what, So anyway, I like a pincho is very fucking popular, and they throw the meat on there, and you could do a variety because hot dogs are good because you could take a hot dog and you could put like the canned meat, the beef on it, and you could put those potato chips, the onions, whatever, mustard. They say, oh, you're more than 18 years old, so you shouldn't have ketchup because you might eat something rotten. And we only give a fuck about kids. We're not gonna give the kids the rotten hot dogs. So don't put ketchup on there because the ketchup like disguises if the food is rot. And I'm not saying that these hot dog trucks have rot, but that's something that happened in Chicago. We have to be very um, conscious about when the prices are so high that they're just that people walk the plank on that shit. So anyway, I'm trying to get to this idea of pinchos and competing with as a food truck the market of these high end restaurants, these eateries, and when all else fails, go for the pincho. So and big up to the fucking motherfucking the donkeys out here looking mad strong. You know that milk is supposed to be fucking good. Not the boy milk. Anyway, pinchos. What I would do with a pincho is like do minis because if you're who has not have a mama told them take this fucking money and get the fuck out. Go get something to eat. So what do you do? What do you do? Because sometimes that fucking Burger King and that fucking fast food is expensive. Like, and you always want to as a kid, you still like discounting and trying to merge your interests. And the kids market is a fucking multi-billion-dollar industry, boo boo. It's not just fucking feeding a cat that's gonna make you a fucking millionaire like it did me, supposedly. Because um, I started on like a meow cat. Like, what do you want to do? How do you invest? And I said, well, I perfect cat food because I want to nurture the cat because the cat protects me from the rat. And now we have do we not have the most amazing fucking animal foods? Anyway, that was a long time ago. About the time with this fight on my sister had. So now my thing is that we have multiple tomatoes. We have multiple peppers. All right. Now people like duck fat. People like goose fat. So I would like pre-roast that in this kind of fat, right? And now when I say roast, like all you gotta do is fucking take a fucking duck. It doesn't have to be pork. I understand people don't like fucking pork all the time. It messes with your medication. It gives you fucking, so a crater face. Yo, when you gotta see when rich people fight each other, it's always biological warfare, and I'm like, damn, son. Because the gays get dirty, but when a heterosexual man gets down, that nigga hits you in your soul. because you're going against his whole family and his ability to multiply, and I fucking respect that. Anyway, so you take the pincho is normal. The pincho stick, the skewer is usually about a foot long, 12 inches. So you take that 12-inch skewer that's likely if they're wooden, and you want to break that in half, and you want to do a variety of sticks, but each stick would be one type of vegetable. And the difference with these vegetables, so you have like say a cauliflower, right? So you take you how many chunks of cauliflowers can one head of cauliflower give you, right? So the individual chunks that you spear, they could have a variety of flavors, because what we want is crunch and we want flavor, do we not? That's what the fuck I'm paying you these 250 fucking pennies, right? Which I'm the type of bitch that my mama always left me short. If a candy was three fucking chelitos, I go in there to the candy store and with my two fucking pennies and be like, "Can I get this little Tootsie Roll?" And she'd be like, "That's 3 pennies." And I'd be like, just looking at her like having to walk the fuck out. Like, you know. Anyway, so you take the goose fat, and you have a vat of duck fat, and you have a vat of caviar. I understand that people like pizza, people like chicken wings, people like fancy shit like caviar. So what I would do is I would put the flavor of caviar in chicken wings specifically, not that fucking thigh. I wouldn't pay chicken thigh with caviar unless it was just the skin of the thigh, and I'd coat it with caviar and have that chicharron on a flatbread dough that's stuffed with a cheese in it, right? So then you pierce that, you put your little chicharron on there of goose or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to do with the skin, the fowl skin chicharron. And then you might want to put these flavored different tomatoes, but the tomato skin, like the no, like you would have to cut it so that you're piecing like say a large red hamburger tomato. You can cut that into some amount of pieces. So you roast that in the fat confit, and then you put them in smaller spheres. So what you want to do is sell more for more often. And that you do by lowering the price. And to lower the price, you make mini meals. And mini meals are actually very supportive to your human body. So then you can have an option of the typical the peppers. I like an orange pepper. I like a yellow pepper. I mean, peppers are chili, they're greens, they're reds, but I like a high vitamin C because I'm very deficient in vitamin C personally, and that's what I would appreciate. Usually, you take the with people like the people are often allergic to the skin. Like sometimes we can't digest the skin of a fruit. So we boil it down, and then when you boil it or you're steaming a fruit, the pepper roasted it'll just shed its skin like a snake. So you might want to do that with peppers, but you could also do like an onion fanatic. Man, I would take like pearl onion, shallots, red. I would take the Chinese onion. I would somehow, I would take every kind of onion and have these smaller skewers in this fatty flavor, because we need meat, but we also need strong veggies, not just spinach.